What? That's Yuri's poem right away, but I didn't even get to see Yuri. It's just a poem. Nice. Wait, stop spitting, goddammit! Ghost Under the Light by Yuri Kataguiri? Kataguiri? Nice. The tendrils of my hair illuminate. Okay, no, I don't need to read it to you. Yuri's poem was oozing with symbolism. Her poem, I think, took a more fantastical route, thinking about the supernatural of spirits. It was only 8 lanes long, but it was a very serene poem with a mystical ending. Mystical? Jesus. A sneaky glance up. Indifferent, Yuri is nose deep in the book she had earlier. A maroon red book with the sketch of a cat's eye in the pyramid. I read the title, written black text. The Portrait of Markov. It looked very intimidating. I wonder what a book with that kind of cover could be about. And furthermore, what does a book like that say about Yuri's personality? I clear my throat. I actually need to do that here as well. Yuri? She glances up from her book. Yes? I finished your poem. Yuri closes her book and gently pushes it aside. Really? What do you think of it? I take another look at her paper, staring at her delicate cursive handwriting. I thought it was very nice. It was rather brief, but it did contain a lot of pleasant... my mind blanks. Imagery? Thank you, Matty. Your sentiment means a lot to me. So, I take it you're a fan of paranormal. Yuri gives me a quizzical look. I'm sorry? I raised the paper in my hand. Perhaps I misread, but was it not about ghosts? That's the impression I gathered from it. Yuri pauses for a moment. That's one way you could perceive it, but it wasn't what I had in mind. I cocked an eyebrow. Oh? What was the intention then? I'm now intrigued. Well, I wouldn't want to mess with your certainly valid interpretations, but... She trailed off. It's not that important. Don't worry about it. She glances at my paper. May I read yours now? I silently hand her the paper, still very confused at how abruptly she ended that. Wouldn't she want to discuss her work? Yuri carefully reads my paper, soaking in every detail. I can see her head tilting as she slowly reads to the end of the poem. Did your handwriting tilt as well? That would be cute. Occasionally I can hear her mutter a few ohs and ahs. I lean against the opposing desk, waiting for her to finish. When she was done, she looks up at me, still holding the paper. Matty, are you a first-time writer? I think for a moment. When it comes to writing just to write, yes. Why do you ask? She looks flustered, like she just said something wrong. Oh, no, it's nothing. I'm just reading through your paper and noticing the distinct styles that first-time writers tend to do. Like what? Well, she picks up the pen lying on her desk and starts twirling it around with her fingers. First-time writers usually make the objective of their work obvious to the reader. It isn't a bad style of writing, but it often comes off as immature or unkept. They tend to use more basic vocabulary out of fear of scaring off or confusing their readers. It's certainly a safe tactic to employ, but for many readers it's a sign of shallowness or a lack of confidence. There is an edge of authority in Yuri's voice. Right now, I am the student and she's the teacher. I'm not sure whether to be grateful for this information or insulted by the fact she called me shallow. I know Yuri doesn't mean ill intent, but I'd be lying if that comment didn't sting just a bit. My mind wanders back to Monika and Natsuki's brief dialogue yesterday. It's both simple and complex. It's unique. I clear my throat. Kind of like how Natsuki writes. I dart my eyes to where she is, but busy exchanging her poem with Sayori. I guess she didn't hear me mention her name. Yuri quickly shakes her head. Natsuki is... different. What you would think would be a weakness in her writing is actually a strength. She can use simple vocabulary to paint a vivid image. There are a few writers who can do this well, and I think Natsuki is one of them, even if she doesn't do it actively. I ponder this for a moment. Yuri clears her throat and slides her book back towards herself. In any case, I'm curious as to what she will think of it. Me too, because I apparently wrote it specifically for her, not for anyone else. I take a deep breath, trying to calm my nerves before I went to Natsuki. Okay, do it with me. There you go, way to calm the mood. What if she doesn't want me to talk to me? Then again, she did seem to talk to Sayori and everyone else just fine. I slowly walk up to Natsuki, whose head was slumped down. She looks at me, an annoyed look on her face. What do you want? Her voice had a sour tone to it. In her eyes, I can still see redness, but it's mostly starting to fade. I fumble with my words. We haven't exchanged poems yet. Oh, right. A pause. Sorry, it's just... She trails off. I try to move things along. Did you want to share? I understand if you don't want to. I try to sound comforting. No, it's fine. She opens up her pink binder to find her poem. She takes the stray sheet of paper out of her binder and hands it to me. I can't help but notice the slight shaking of her hand, reverberating on the paper. What happened to her? I start to read her poem. Oh, that's new. A World of Masks by Natsuki Tamura. Not good at Japanese pronunciation. A world of masks. Everyone has one, but nobody knows why. Blocking everyone out but keeping everyone inside. Making it so hard to even try. A world of masks. It holds you close, blocking out all that you can feel. Fear distorting everything that is real. Making it so hard to love, to see, to trust. Why fight when our demons always pursue us? A world of masks. Too afraid to try, but the pain will always remain. Unable to escape from this terrifying domain. Suffering more, but hey, who would ever know? In this world of masks, nobody shares your sorrow. I read through the paper, then read it again. I can feel Natsuki's eyes on me,
gauging
for my attention. When I've finished rereading it, I finally speak up. Wow, that was amazing. Really? You mean it? Or are you just saying that? No, I really mean it. Your word usage is simple, but it goes a long way in describing the overall message. But it goes a long way. It was really deep. Natsuki, this is a really good poem. You should be proud of it. She looks at me. For a second, I think she might start crying again. No, please don't. Thank you, Matty. That really does mean a lot. I can't help but feel a warmness spread across my body. She really is sweet. I frown slightly. But it's certainly different from what you said you like to write. Happy things you said. Whoa, what is that kind of... Look? I don't know that. And it looks pretty weird if you're not used to it. She looked out of the window, eyes closed, eyes focused on the koi pond. Ah, I said the koi pond was some kind of key place, whatever. I don't know, but I just wanted to try something new, is all. I didn't want my first poem to turn you off from me. Not like that. I know it's exactly like that. Okay, I'ma trust you. I blush a bit. Blush. Jesus. I got you. I look down at the paper, rereading a part of it. I can see some symbolism here. I can guess that the marks represent the fear of sharing your work with others and being afraid of rejection by others. Natsuki sighs. Yeah, that's right. Silence follows. I try to pick things back up. Did you want to read my poem now? I hold the paper up in my hand. She nods slightly. I hand her my poem and she starts to read. I watch her emotions on her face shift from boredom to investment and finally acceptance. That was almost mute. I couldn't place that emotion.
You wrote this?
Yes. Yeah, she flips my page over as if looking for some hidden clue. What is it? What's wrong? She flips it over again.
It's good.
Her voice seems to quiver. I don't understand. Did not like it? Did she hate it? Did it scare her? My mind runs through a million different ideas. She seems to space out, thinking about something or someone. She gets up from her chair.
Give me a second.
Flustered, she turns to the closet and swings open the door. Hesitantly, I follow. The closet is much more spacious than I expected it to be. A small sink with a plug-in kettle sits, with the wood shelves hanging above it. Facing it is a long row of shelves, extending some 6 feet high from wall to wall. A bit of stretch for me to reach the very top shelf, but Natsuki would definitely need help reaching anything up there. Various colored papers, folders, and books sit strewn about, some organized and some not. Natsuki hops up and down, trying to reach at a pink cardboard book set. She fails and curses, adorably, I might add.
Why does Monika always insist on moving my stuff?
I point at the colorfully decorated box set, sitting on the highest shelf. Is this what you wanted?
Yes, but I could have gotten it myself, you know.
Sure you could have, I think with a laugh. I carefully grabbed the set, surprisingly light in my hands.
Be careful, I spent all the money I had on it, and I can't afford for it to get damaged by you or anyone.
She practically snaps at me. Internally, I roll my eyes. She's acting like I'm gonna toss it out the window or something. I'm not that reckless. Who does she take me for? Though, I have to appreciate her care for her. I take a closer look at her box set. Manga? I accidentally say that aloud. Natsuki's face takes a wounded expression, which morphs into distaste.
Sorry if I enjoy stuff that you don't like.
Her voice rises at the last word. I put my hands up in an almost defensive posture. No, it's not that. I love reading manga, don't you remember? I think I mentioned it yesterday. Her face briefly takes a distant look, and then she lights up.
Oh, yeah. Sorry I attacked you like that, then. It's just, I've always been laughed at it for enjoying something people think is for children.
I raise a finger out to the class. Even them? She gives a dismissive wave.
They don't really care, but I think Yuri looks down on me for reading it. She thinks it's too childish.
While Natsuki was talking, I ran my fingers along the neatly organized, alphabetically placed books. I pulled the first book out with my finger. I glance at the cover. At the top reads, Parfait Girls in stylish bold text. 4 schoolgirls dressed in a colorful attires, striking animated poses adorns the cover. It looks like your average slice of life manga, the type I tend to stick away from in favor of more adventurous reads. I flip it over and skim through the summary.
It's kinda slow going at first, but things start to pick up by the end of the volume. After that, it gets really good. This is mostly just exposition, so you can get a feel for the characters.
Natsuki's voice has completely shifted from a minute ago. She must be really passionate about this, I think to myself. I nod silently and start thumbing through the pages. The art style is what you'd expect from a female-oriented manga, but there's a certain appeal to the character designs that intrigues me. The way the characters are drawn, in this half chibi, half realistic style, has certain charm to it. From across the room, Monika stands up.
Alright, I hope everyone enjoyed sharing their poems with each other. It's 5 o'clock, so you're all free to leave now, but be prepared for an announcement tomorrow about the festival.
And with that, she starts She starts to pack up her laptop. There you go. Yuri looks puzzled but says nothing. I turn to see Sayori lingering by the closet entrance.
Hey, Matty. Ready to walk home?
Sure, let's go. I say, starting to carefully tuck the book into my bag. As I start to leave, Natsuki grabs my sleeve and pulls me close.
Listen, can you try reading some of it tonight so we can start reading together tomorrow?
Her voice is sweet and pure.
Aw, look at her. She looks so innocent. Like, oh, come on, please read it, please. Okay, I'm gonna do it. Otherwise, I would feel, I don't know. I would feel bad for you to not read it. And I then start to turn away, but she pulls me closer. Even closer. But I swear to God, if I find a single crease, wrinkle, or tear on my book, her voice is quiet but menacing. Well, and you, oh my goodness, what?
Is that facial expression I wanted to say. Well, for some reason my mic stopped recording right there. Damn it, 1 month without any incident, but I guess recording fuck up time is around again. Anyway, I'm gonna summarize for you what happened. Besides that wonderful one more word and I'm going to kill you face from Natsuki, I went home with Sayori, just as always. At my doorstep, I found a letter from Monika to my parents about the festival, but it's nothing too important. And finally, after getting some Japanese-sounding dishes that I've never heard of, I made my way upstairs. The chapter ended, but before the next one started, I received a special poem that looks like this. It actually looks quite normal, except these two glitchy parts that I think are supposed to be names. Man, I thought this would be anything scary is forbidden kind of mod, but I guess not now. Well, first of all, sorry for whispering that part. I have my reasons, sorry. Yeah, and actually that's all that happened in this third chapter. The next one is the fourth one, so stay tuned for that. And yeah, that's it for this video. Thank you guys for watching. If you liked it, tell me somehow, and I'll see you all in the next video.